This is Tilak. Welcome back to my tutorial. This time we are going to cover the 13-month TCS total compensation statement, 13-month salary second part. If you haven't seen the first part, please go and see the first part before you are getting into that because the logic is explained over there. Today we are going to cover only the second part of it. Okay, now what we are going to cover this tutorial is this part. So along with that, I am also going to cover how the salary is picked up for every month. Like now, I also said that the salary might have changed in between, like it might have changed in July or it might have changed in April. So how we cover that? Okay, I may not have a record, but I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I may not have it. I don't know whether I have data. So, but definitely I'll show you how it works. Now let me have a name, the same name. Let me have it two. Okay, two. And T goes to total compensation item. My period is 1/1/2000. Continue. Okay. So as usual, I write that the header of it first, type, name, and whom versa. Now same DBA. I'm not going to get into that same explanation again because it is explained in the previous tutorial. The same variable and the same input values. There is no changes here. Same thing. Now we are getting into when I'm getting into the main logic. Usually whenever I put that as the entering, I also put the exiting. That is how I work. Last time I didn't do that. So I know it is coming in, I know it is going out, and I know what are the variables going to come out. Now I'm going to write. Let me save that. Okay. Now what is the logic? It's the same way the dates are everything we do that in the same way. Like I have a annual salary. I'm picking up my annual salary and annualization factor. My annualization factor will be 13 month. Okay, because I have to have it as a 13 month. Then I'm getting my assignment ID and the legal entity ID into a variable. You don't need to use it into a variable. You can use it the DBA as it is, but I prefer variable. You can also have a salary, annual salary, everything. You can have it into a log. Okay. Now, assume the salary is first of every month. So now we are getting into, you can put that salary also, like in the same way, 2 care, you can put that, you can put that. Okay. Now I'm getting into that first day. First day, I'm taking from the month first day. The logic also explained why I'm going for the first day because I am assuming that the first date of the month is your salary date. Okay. First date is not within this payroll period, I mean less than a start date. So I'm calculating, I'm putting that into the within that not a payroll, I mean that statement period, TCS statement period, I'm putting that. So I'm going also creating index for my now. Let me save that. Okay, now my index is 90. Now I'm going to create a row. Okay, the last time I calculated the monthly salary above that, I haven't done that yet here. Okay, so actually I can have a variable. There's nothing wrong with it. I can have a variable say that I can have it here. There's nothing wrong. So it's better to have a variable actually. We have a variable here which says 0, initialize with 0. Now the same loop, we are going to create that, explain you what is happening here. Now, okay, we explain why the first date is less than the end date because it goes to the loop till it crosses the end date of the statement period. Okay, I'm initializing the variable to 0 because it is happening in the loop, so you have to do that. Now I'm changing the my context. What is context? The first salary date is a context. Every time it comes into the loop, it sets the context of the month first date. Then I'm taking that my annual salary. Okay, then I'm taking my annual factor. So okay. Now what is happening here is my monthly salary is divided. Okay, whatever that month, whatever the annual amount is there, that month is that is it's taking it is divided. Because in case your salary is changed, it takes that current month on the day. Then you are dividing by my annual factor. So you get whatever that on that you get it. So I'm also putting in the log. Okay. If my salary, okay, the thing is what I'm doing here, okay. If my monthly salary is not equal to zero, I'm just making sure that it happens, something happened here and happened here, just not equal to zero. Then basically I'm putting that into the, again, like, I'm putting the first date and end date. Okay. Then I'm having my, then I'm basically like, creating an array for you. Okay. Values, putting the value. And the same thing, like, if it is month of 12, last time what I did was is I created a, I mean, last time when it's 12, I added the value. Here, instead of that, I'm creating a one more array. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm also increasing the index. I'm also increasing the index. Then I'm creating a one more set of array. So basically, it create a one more row in the month of December. Then it goes to the same behavior. The first state, it is incrementing that index and incrementing the month to the next month. I hope this compiles. Save, submit, and compile. It is compiled, and we are going to test it the same way. We are going to create the item in the same name. Okay, the item type is formula, and I exist. Yes, it is like I'm making sure it is there. Two is there, and monetary and USD. Okay, now I'm testing it. Am I right? When I'm testing it, I'm using the same statement and period and same person. Okay, now I'm validating it. This will create for me. Now, what you can see here, it is the same amount. Like last time, you get a double amount, but you are getting a two amount here. So basically, here is you get a 13 rows. That is the story. Like last time, you get a 12 row. The last row has got a two values. I mean, the double value. Here, you get a 13 row. So if you see that, that is what happened here. Okay. In my case, the salary might have not changed. If you might have salary might have changed, then probably you see that. Okay. Same way the log, you can have a look at the log. Whatever the log we have created, it is there. Okay. Anyway, you get all this, all your log. Okay. Processing, like, all your log, you'll get it here. Okay. Here also, like, there are certain things the customer may have a problem here. I'll explain you what possibility of the problem you may have it here. Okay. In the loop. Now, what is happening here is, here I'm taking that, like, the monthly salary, I'm like, dividing it, I'm taking it. Okay, basically I'm getting that divided by okay, this is, I took it out, and that basically, like, you get the full salary. For assume in some cases the salary is changed in between, then probably you want to prorate it. Okay, I'm not doing that. That is more complicated logic. uh, I can do that, but I don't want to get into that so much. Like, you can do that. The thing is, what you can do is you can find out when is your salary started. Like, you, okay, you can find out from when is the salary started. Then you can see that if you, okay, you have to find out whether your salary changed. You can have one more variable, the previous salary. You can, like, in the end, you can store the salary. Then you can compare the new annual salary with the previous annual salary. If it is not the same, then you can find out when it changed. The salary start date tell you when the salary changed. From that, you can basically calculate that the previous number of days, and you can calculate the new salary number of days. Then you take the previous annual salary divided by whatever that the value. You can also have a previous monthly salary, something like that. So you know the previous salary, what is the previous salary, then calculate for the date. Then you calculate the same logic you apply for the new salary, then add the amount, you get the prorate value. Okay. I hope, like, it helps you. I hope. And that's all my tutorial on this. If you like it, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any better way of doing it, please let me know. Okay. Until I see you in the next tutorial. Bye.